Hello, my sweet friends. My name is Jordan. Welcome back to your mat. Today we will be getting all of the wiggles out, no stone left unturned, in this 50-minute Vinyasa flow class. We will be moving through some twists, strengthening and lengthening the legs, and of course a little core work, putting a dash of spice in our chili pot today. Props are not required, but encouraged. A rolled up blanket, a couple of books stacked on top of each other, anything that might help bring the earth up to you or soften those hard to reach places is always welcome here. As always, I am here merely to suggest this is your practice. You have autonomy here on your yoga mat. You are the captain of your ship. That being said, if you're ready, I'm ready. Roll out your mat and let's get started. Okay, my friends, we'll begin in a constructive rest shape. Come on down to the ground. Roll your spine flat to the mat. Snuggle the shoulder blades beneath the body. Bring soles of the feet mat's width. And maybe lift the tail slightly and curl it back down. Allow the knees to gently knock together. Maybe you close down the eyes here or soften the gaze. A signal to the body, to the mind, that we are dropping out of thinking and into being. Option to keep the hands at either side, maybe palms face down to ground here in the present moment as you drop your pin, your mind's eye on the breath. Notice the way the earth comes up to meet the body without judgment, and can we carry this notion with us throughout practice today? Maybe there are things that need to be done, have already been done. Allow the to-do lists of today, yesterday, and tomorrow to melt away from view. We'll take a deep breath in together here, all the way to the low abdomen, inhaling through the nose, filling up to the tippy top of your collarbone. Retain the breath here. Exhale, sigh it out, let something go. Big, beautiful exhales here. Another deep breath in, just like that. All the way to the tippy top. Retain the breath. On an exhale, open mouth, sigh it out. Feel the vibration of your exhale. Know that you are breathing out. We'll take another just like that. And exhale, flutter the eyes open, maybe wiggle the fingers, snuggle the shoulders beneath the body, bring soles of the feet hips width. Inhale, reach the right foot high, flexing through the heel. Exhale, point the right toes. Circle the foot one way and then the other, maybe scrunching and releasing the toes. And we'll cross right ankle over the top of the left thigh for a reclined half pigeon. Option to stay here, easing in, gently pushing the right thigh away with the right palm. Maybe bringing the sole of the left foot up onto a block or a book, or weaving the hands behind the left thigh beneath the right shin for a bind. Option to find a gentle sway or embrace a grand stillness. Wherever you are, continue to breathe deep and nourishing breaths. We'll take one more deep breath in here. Maybe peel the nose up towards the knee. Exhale, release. Sole of the left foot meets the earth. Right foot crosses over and lands to the left, reaching the right hand out. Option to keep the gaze up and neutral or fall to one side. Just a gentle figure 4 stretch here along the outside of the right body, the right hip. Maybe you find eagle legs binding the right foot behind the left calf for a deeper twist. Take one more deep breath in here. Exhale, pull navel to spine, slowly unwind the legs, bring the hips back to center. Inhale, left foot reaches high, flexing through the left heel, so much so that you could stamp that foot on the stars. On an exhale, point the left toes. Scrunch and release, circle the foot one way and then the other. Make note of any sound effects that may be in our joints today. And can we meet this information, this communication from the body with loving ears and open hearts, and use it to be expressive in our practice and respectful of the body today. Go ahead, cross left ankle over the top of the right thigh, finding your reclined half pigeon, maybe pausing with the right foot still planted, noticing the difference between the first side and the second side, and how can we meet those differences with respect, with understanding and grace today. If you are taking your bind, maybe leverage the left forearm to gently push the left thigh away as you invite the right knee a little closer. Continue to anchor in the breath. Notice and be with sensation without judgment. Take one more deep, nourishing, compassionate breath in. Maybe peel nose to knee. Exhale, release. Sole of the right foot back to the mat. Left foot leans to the right, maybe expanding your left wing. And again, option to find eagle legs here. Careful of the knees. And breathe deeply all the way to the low abdomen, massaging the internal organs, allowing the breath to do the work. Beautiful work, my friends. Come on back to center. Slowly, gently unwind the legs. And we'll jump into a little core work here. Snuggling the shoulder blades beneath the body, bringing shins parallel with the mat, knees over hip points. But if low back starts to come up off the mat, draw the knees in towards the torso, or maybe bring the palms beneath the sacrum here. On an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the right hip, dip the right toes down as much as feels okay in your low back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip the left toes, hinging at the hips. The knee stays as it is. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip the left toes. Inhale, lift. Move through about 3 more on each side with your own breath. Exhaling to dip the toes. Inhaling to draw the knee back over the hip point. Moving at your own pace here. Slow and controlled movements. Really focus on lifting the tail slightly to engage those deep core muscles. We'll do one more on each side. Beautiful work, yogis. Go ahead, stretch out long fingertips to toes. Breathe deeply into the abdomen. Maybe spread the rib cage, lift the chest, arch your back. On an exhale, grab the knees, hug them in, rock from side to side. And we'll meet in a yogi squat at the top of our space. Option to roll to one side and make your way there, or bring the hands behind the thighs. On an inhale, pull knees to chest, lift the tail. And on an exhale from center, lift to rock and roll up and down the length of your beautiful spine, finding a little momentum, maybe pausing in your malasana at the top of your space until we meet in our yogi squat, toes out, heels in. Always an option to bring a block or a pillow beneath the hips here. And press the thighs out as you pull the thighs in towards the bicep or the elbow. Take a moment to ground here, reconnect with the breath. And we'll plant the right palm. Inhale, expand your left wing high to the sky. Press the outside of the right bicep into the right thigh. On an exhale, plant the left palm towards the center of your space. Inhale, right wing expands. Exhale, plant the palms. And we'll lift the hips, turn the toes to face forward, forward fold. Maybe a deep bend in the knees to support your low back as you shake the head yes and no to make space in your cervical spine. And we'll bring fingerprints to the tops of the feet, maybe front of the shins. Think cat spine as you roll up, drawing a line up the front of each leg all the way to the hip creases, stacking bones. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears, maybe peel a smile across the face. On an exhale, roll the shoulders back and down, palms shine forward, mountain pose. Lift the toes, feel into the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel of each foot, engaging the foot lock, Padabandha, your own sacred and personal connection with the ground beneath you. Maybe close down the eyes, rock side to side or front to back. Find your footing, your center. And we'll inhale for few half sun salutations, reaching the hands up high overhead. Think long puppy belly, maybe baby back bend. Exhale, fold, hinge at the hips, generous bend in the knees. Inhale, bring palms to the tops of the thighs, roll the shoulders back. Think little grasshopper leg, elbows, long spine, crown to tail, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, a little bit faster, a little swifter, hands sweep up. Exhale, down the midline, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, palms on the shins. Long spine, maybe slight tuck of the chin. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, root to rise. Draw the energy from the earth up with you. Reach for the stars. Exhale, fold and surrender. Inhale for a halfway lift, maybe fingertips on the mat. Exhale, fold. And we'll step the right toes back for a runner's lunge. Widen the stance. Find your footing to make sure you're on two planes, two skis here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, drop the right knee, untuck the right toes. Inhale, sweep the hands forward, up and back as you pull the left hip back to meet the right. Low crescent. On an exhale, open twist to the left, left hand back, right hand forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus the elbows, lift the heart. Belly comes towards the top of the left thigh. On an exhale, hinge the left hip back, half splits. Maybe scooch the left heel up a little further in front of you, making sure right knee is under right hip point, pressing firmly into the top of that right foot. Spread the left toes, dig the left heel into the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, rebend the left knee, plant the right palm, easy twist, lift the right knee. Left arm reaches for the sky, spin the right elbow crease to look forward. Exhale, windmill the left palm down to the mat. Step the left toes back for a plank, knees up or down, and shift forward onto the tippy toes. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows back, little grasshopper legs. Inhale, roll onto the tops of the feet. Pull the heart through, knees and thighs lifted off the mat. Upward dog. On an exhale, maybe roll over the toes or untuck, bringing heels to the earth. Downward dog. Find your breath. Wrap the upper arm bones out. Maybe bend the elbows a hair to each side. Rotate the elbow creases forward and re-straighten the arms. And we'll bend the right knee, bring knee to nose, step the right foot forward for your runner's lunge. Find your footing. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, drop the left knee, untuck the left toes, press into the top of that left foot as you pull the right hip back. Sweep the arms up overhead, low crescent. Inhale up and out of the low back. Exhale, open twist to the right. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus the elbows, open the throat. Belly comes towards the top of the right thigh. Pull the right hip back as you flex through the right foot, half splits. Always an option to remain still or floss the right hip, moving forward and back, rolling over the right foot. Or maybe bring the hands up onto blocks if we feel like we're crashing here into the earth. Take one more deep, beautiful breath in here, being without judgment, with sensation. Exhale, rebend the right knee, plant the left palm. Inhale, easy twist, right arm reaches high. Exhale, plant the right palm, bend into the left knee, pop the left foot up to meet the right, forward fold at the top of your space. Inhale, root to rise, head over heart, maybe roll the shoulders back and down, palm shine forward, mountain pose. Take a moment here to be with the breath, reacquaint with what brought you to your mat today. Maybe an intention has revealed itself, a sankalpa, a heartfelt desire. Or maybe not. That's okay too. Keeping the feet hips width, step the left toes back, maybe a footprint less than you would for your warrior one. So a little bit of a shorter stance. Straighten the right leg, pull the right hip back. Maybe bring fingertips to the hip points. Left toes are pointing towards the upper left side of your mat. Shift the hips to look forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Find your pyramid pose, pausing halfway to really pull the right hip back as the left hip melts, coming to fingertips or blocks. On an exhale, maybe you fold. Allow the head to be heavy here. Notice what it feels like to make those minor adjustments while holding the breath steady. Maybe pressing into the right big toe and rotating the right hip back. Take one more deep breath in here in your pyramid pose. Exhale, bend the right knee, lift the left heel, scooch those left toes back, find your runner's lunge. On an exhale, bend the left knee, low crescent, hands sweep up overhead. Exhale, open twist to the right. Plant the left palm, lift the right overhead, tuck the left toes, easy twist. Deep breath in here, spin the left elbow crease to look forward. On an exhale, from center, lift to your high crescent, open twist to the right. Option to stay here. Deep bend in the right knee, or turn the right pinkies down and tilt, exalting your lunge. Left palm reaches overhead, right fingers grasp for the outside of the left thigh. Deep breath in. Exhale, open the heart to the left. Tee out the arms, warrior two. Front knee over front ankle, head over heart, over pelvis. Rotate the left bicep out. Gaze can be maybe down the right middle finger. Flip the right palm, inhale, shift forward, up and back. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, forearm comes to the top of the right thigh. Side angle, sweep the left palm like the hands of a clock, forward, up and back. Turn the pinkies down. Long line of energy from left pinky to left heel. Deep breath in to grow long. Exhale, reverse, triangle, straighten the right leg, reach the right hand up overhead. Exhale, pull the right hip back, shift the left hip forward. Think of our pyramid hips. Right hand can come maybe resting on the ankle, maybe to a block, or just outside the right foot as we reach the left arm skyward. Strong core here, obliques are working. We're distributing the weight to protect our knees. Deep breath in here. Exhale, windmill the left palm down to frame the right foot. Pivot on the ball of your left foot. Bend the right knee. Plant the palms. Step the right toes back. Feel the difference between the two sides. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Halfway for chaturanga to upward dog, or all the way to the abdomen, pressing into the tops of the feet to the pubic bone to protect your low back. Light on the fingertips, lifting from the back of the head. Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, lower. Find your plank, half plank, or tabletop. Shift the hips up and back. Downward dog. Pedal out the feet. Hug the low ribs in. Inhale, come up high on the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, hop, step, float, dance your way to the top of your space. Forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands sweep up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, samastitihi. Maybe close down the eyes for a moment. Greet the breath like an old friend here. Cultivate a little gratitude for yourself, for your body, for the time you carved out to fill your cup today. And we'll move on to our second side, stepping the right toes back. Hands to the hips, pull the left hip back, shift the right hip forward. Maybe widen your stance. On an inhale, lengthen. Maybe lift the chin slightly. Exhale, hinge forward, pyramid pose, pausing halfway, engaging the core muscles, really finding that neutral pelvis, distributing the weight equally between front foot and back foot here. And on an exhale, maybe you fold a little deeper. Allow the head to hang. And play with the distribution of weight. Find your center, find your pyramid. Take one more deep breath in, maybe lift the chest halfway. Exhale, bend the left knee, lift the right heel, scooch those toes back, find your runner's lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale, drop the right knee, untuck the right toes, low crescent, sweep the arms up as you pull the left hip back. Exhale, open twist to the left. Plant the right palm, find your easy twist or dragonfly. On an exhale, pull navel to spine to lift into your high crescent, open twist. Spike through that back heel, deep bend in the left knee. And option to exalt your crescent, reaching the right arm up and overhead. On an exhale, heart spins to the right, drop the right heel, warrior two. Find your footing, press firmly into the outside edge of that right foot. On an inhale, flip the left palm, shift forward, up and back. Reverse your warrior, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle, maybe taking a mudra with the left hand, turning the right pinkies down. Inhale, long line of energy down the right side body. Inhale, straighten the left leg, reverse your triangle, left arm overhead. Exhale, shift forward, pulling the left hip back, tick-tocking the arms, find your triangle. Playing with the minor adjustments you can make in your hips and approaching sensation without judgment. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, windmill the right palm down to frame the left foot. Find a little runner's lunge, bend into that left knee. Plant the palms, step the left toes back. Optional vinyasa, or we'll meet in downward dog. Beautiful work, yogis. Pedal it out in your downward dog. Maybe shake out the head. Notice the feeling in the legs. And we'll inhale, lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose, arch the spine. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right bicep to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, find right knee to left elbow. Extend the right leg. Open up into your fallen triangle. Heart spins open and up. towards the left. Left arm reaches overhead, really strong in the obliques. Lift the hips. Exhale, plant the left palm, bring the right knee towards the right wrist. Scooch the left toes back. Find your half pigeon. Right foot doesn't have to be by the left wrist. It can be as far in as you want it to be, as feels comfortable in your knee. We're pressing into the top of that left foot to protect the knee and distribute the weight. Inhale to lengthen here. Maybe curl the fingertips back. Exhale, fold, coming onto forearms or maybe a block, or folding all of the way down. And we'll be here for 5 breaths. One more breath here in your half pigeon. Begin to bring the head up, lift the torso, tuck the left toes, lift the knee. Right foot meets the left. Optional vinyasa to downward dog. And in our downward dog, we'll move right into the second side. Inhale, lift the left foot, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left bicep. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee towards the right elbow. Extend the right leg. Fallen triangle. Press into the feet. Lift the hips. Extend the right arm. Deep breath in. Exhale, plant the right palm. Bring left knee towards the left wrist. And move into your half pigeon here. Maybe finding an upright version, walking the fingertips back, pressing into the top of those right toes, that right foot. And on an exhale, folding forward for 5 breaths here. Take one more deep breath in and out in your pigeon pose. Beautiful work, yogis. Lift the head, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, left foot meets the right. Last vinyasa, inhaling to shift forward, exhaling to pause in chaturanga or lower for cobra pose. And we'll meet in our downward dog. Last downward dog, get all of the wiggles out. Maybe find a little ujjayi breath to close out our practice today. Soft restriction of the back of the throat. A little pranayama as we Move into the cool down, the meditation, Shavasana. On an exhale, slow descend of the knees to the mat. Bring hips to heels. Pause for a moment in your child's pose. Option to extend the arms overhead or sweep the fingertips back by the toes. Begin to lift head over heart. Lift the torso. Walk the palms up to the tops of the thighs. Maybe closing down the eyes for a breath or two in this thunderbolt pose. Option to lift the palms face up on the thighs. A symbol to the spirit, a signal to the mind that we are open to receiving the abundant love that resides within us, always at our center. A quiet moment of reverence for you, how far you've come, and all the love you still have left to give. Flutter the eyes open, shift the hips to one side, kick the legs out long. You did it. You made it down, back to the mat. We'll keep the right leg extended. Bring the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Seated tree, heart spins to face towards the right toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Grow your torso long up and out of the low back. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Maybe staying long in the spine or allowing the head to dangle here. 3 breaths here. Begin to crawl the fingers back up towards the hips. Slowly lift the torso, lift the head, plant the left palm on the outside of the left hip. Inhale, sweep the right arm forward in a crescent shape. Lift the hips, baby wild thing. Deep breath in, full body lengthening. Exhale, release the hips back down. Bring the right side body in line with the right leg as you reach for a side body stretch in your seated tree. Option to bring right forearm to the mat. Maybe reach for the big toes or the shin. Inhale to grow along, keeping that left sit bone rooted. Beautiful work, yogis. Come back on up to center. Switch out the leg, left leg long, sole of the right foot finds your seated tree shape. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. In your seated tree, option to let the head hang heavy. And soften the feet, soften the forehead. Come back home to yourself and take 3 loving breaths here. Go ahead, crawl the fingerprints back up, lifting the torso. Plant the right palm on the outside of the right hip. Inhale, lift the pelvis, sweep the left arm up and around, roll the heart open. Open the throat, spin the right elbow crease. Exhale, release the hips back down, keeping left side body in line with the left foot. Extend the left hand anywhere along the left leg and find your side body stretch. Imagine the branches of a beautiful tree as they move and sway in the wind, the way you move and sway with the breath. Maybe roll your heart open, peek beneath the right elbow. On an exhale, come on up, back to center. Scoot your booty bones up to the center of your space. Option 2, flop like a fish, back flop all the way down to your mat, or reach for the backs of the legs. One last teensy bit of core work, lowering breath by breath, vertebra by vertebra, all the way down, back to where you started. Beautiful work. Yogis, bring knees to chest. Option 2, find a little sway, make some knee circles, or reach for the big toes. Find your happy baby. Draw the tailbone down. Maybe sway and straighten one leg or both legs. We'll release feet back down to the mat. Allow the knees to drape to the left. Gentle twist, maybe bringing the left ankle to place on top of the right thigh. Come on back to center. Allow the knees to fall to the right. Option 2, bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Come on back to center. Take any more wiggles that you may need to settle in for Shavasana, the most important pose of yoga, your time to rest and digest the nutrients of your practice, your time for the spirit to discover and come home to the new and beautiful space you took the time to make today. I'm so proud of you. In case anyone hasn't told you yet, today, this morning, afternoon, or night, you're doing great. You are enough, and you deserve room to grow. As always, it is an honor and a privilege to be here, sharing the gift of yoga. If there are sequences or poses you are curious about, please let me know. I am always open to suggestions. I love life because there are always opportunities to grow. The growth never stops, my friends. And with that, I will bid you adieu. Please, I encourage you to stay at least 60 beautiful seconds on your mat in a restful shape. From my heart to yours, thank you for showing up for yourself today, for filling your cup. You deserve the world. Namaste.